Welcome back. Even if you've never been here before, welcome back. I'm Santosh. This is Psychic Sleep on a Sunday night, and my brain is running faster than my mouth, which might not be a bad thing. All of that to get through the thoughts to say, or to encourage you to start relaxing. Letting the stress go, sort of detaching, releasing, loosening, whatever degree feels comfortable for you. As you relax, I will dip into our message from in between for the week and see where that takes us. The art for the message from in between this week is a ghost version of Lance in a long hallway that is made of trees whose branches intertwine like a canopy or ornate design. And there are 5 other entities, let's say. Grayscale, see-through spirits. Kind of harkening back on anime days and other folklore and just the wandering spirits looking for something. If you're just listening and not looking, there's one that has 2 owl heads and a spaghetti noodly body. There's the classic orb. There is something that looks like a stack of blocks. And another that kind of looks like a friendly, fluffy critter attached to one of the trees. I think the only super spooky one is the melty bag face one. It just sort of came out and is not based off of anything in particular, just these were random spirits wandering in the woods, of which Lance finds himself this week. The message part of our message from in between this week is also the title of the video. I'm going to try that naming convention for a little while. I had a suggestion from a friend that's a fan, and I also thought it was worth incorporating. So this week it's titled Psychic Sleep for Choosing to Nourish Your Soul, aka Hungry Ghost Cravings. Have you been feeling drawn to something you can't quite articulate? Something left undone? Or does it feel more like being pushed? Something that you have to do? What is it that would feed your hungry ghost? It feels like the algorithms have been slowly and steadily increasing mass agitation and stirring up unfillable cravings. What satisfaction is likely to come of that? Feeling manipulated gets tiresome quickly, exponentially so if you're already tired. But resistance is not futile. If shown choices A or B, consider C and ask for D. what would it feel like to choose to nourish your soul? What would it feel like to make choices from a place of choosing to nourish your soul? To make the choices that won't leave behind a hungry ghost. In the future or the now, would take what next step? Remind self how we're working on it as many times as needed to feel relief. This week's 3-card draw is the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the 6 of Cups, inviting us to consider A. Do what you love. Defend what you love. Spread love. B. If they want anger, don't give them what they expect. Give them love, not weakness. And C. Well, C is for cookie. And love. Tune back in, check back in with your body and the progress of your relaxation. Any change? Any positive change worth noting? And if not, that's worth noting too. Maybe we can convince ourselves for a short while to just set our baggage aside, knowing that we can come back to it whenever we feel like we need it, but stepping into this act of carving out space and time for yourself. And the doorway of relaxation leads to fantastical lands and adventures, inner and outer. But relaxation still seems to be the golden key for achieving altered states of consciousness. So maybe if it feels comfortable, you would like to lengthen, soften the breath. Let it get smoother and deeper. And if any pleasurable sensations have arisen just from the act of noticing the breath, go with them. Roll them bigger. Remind yourself that you are safe and you are in control of what goes on in the mindscape. So you can disengage and many other choices, truly. But if you take yourself somewhere that gets too intense, you can always find your breath, find your body, find your practice, or open your eyes. It's jarring, but sometimes when we do healing work, something larger gets loosened, and we may not be ready for that or prepared for that. And so, going at a steady, comfortable pace, not going to challenge ourselves with anything too deep today, too difficult, but definitely here we are again playing the relaxation game. I'm going to call out various parts of your body. And as I do, try to picture them as clearly in your mind's eye as you are capable of in this moment. If you're planning on zoning out and going to sleep after this, you can really lean into your visualizations. As in, intend and infuse the intent of relaxation or sleep, if sleep is where you're headed. And if you can't picture them clearly, that's perfectly okay. Simply visualize by feeling into the part or listening to the part or whatever your subconscious mind may offer up in response to us throwing these fish flakes on the top of the lake. Take your awareness to your right big toe. See it, feel it, or hear it in the mind's eyes, the mind's inner senses. And if you would like to take it up a notch, imagine a light spreading from that right big toe and moving through, filling up the inside of the right foot as if it were a container. And some may wish to leave it open, or some may wish to turn that into an energetic shoe for the right foot. A boot, if you would like. Rocket boots, if you would like. Just activating, opening, whatever words you want to use, just tuning into the sensations that are accompanying your visualizations. Now take your awareness to your left hand thumb. Seeing, hearing, or feeling your left thumb in your mind's eye and senses. And again, start to see light emanating from this point, and it can match the right foot, or it can be unique to your left hand. Could even be your favorite color, or a shiny metallic healing gold. Regardless of what you choose, see that light start to spread through the left hand, filling up the fingers, filling up the hand, glowing brightly with this light. You can leave it open and glowing, or you can have that light form a glove over your left hand. Let's move our awareness to the right hand thumb. Seeing, hearing, feeling, or even tasting your thumb with your inner senses. Whatever visualization takes you there. Seeing that right thumb starting to glow brighter as the light spreads through the right hand, filling up the palm and the back of the hand and the fingers and the knuckles, filling all the way up to the wrist, and either continuing to glow brightly or seeing that energy condense into a glove around the right hand. Take a couple more breaths to complete this visualization, this part of the visualization. And then taking your awareness to the left big toe. Visualizing your left big toe via the senses and the mind. And seeing that light spread from the left toe to the foot, the ankle, filling it up with this light. For whatever color that you wanted it to be, either matching or intuited. You may have 4 different colors in your mind's eye at this moment. Or matching boots and gloves, or shining in the hands and the feet. Finish filling up that left foot from the left big toe over the couple of breaths you're about to take now. Now, with these glowing gates, that light is a filter, or your gloves and boots are a filter, so nothing negative or harmful is going to be pulled in. In fact, just tune into the universal life force all around you, the prana, the life force, whatever you want to call it, and you can see it in your mind's eye as a glowing mist. Maybe even a silver glowing mist, or something that feels even more right for you. And as you breathe in, imagine that you are breathing in this light, this energy, this glowing mist through the palms of the hands, through the feet, through those filters, those energy enhancers that we put there. Feel them pull in that energy up the arms, passing from the wrist to the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulders, from the feet to the ankles, to the calves, to the knees, the thighs, and the glutes. And as you exhale, see that energy, that light flow into your spinal column, filling it up with light, allowing it to glow with each exhale. As you inhale the energy, the prana, through the palms, the soles of the feet, through the light, the gloves and the boots, up your limbs. When it feels good to exhale, imagine that light integrating into your spinal column. And you can envision that as just a cylinder of light, if you would like, or as complex of a visualization that you would like. And if you like complexity, we're going to be taking time for the next 27 breaths to perform this visualization, this nourishment, because that's what we're here today for, according to the title, is nourishing your soul. So not only is this universal life force energy that we're pulling in, but it is beneficial because it is intended to nourish your soul, that inner essence of yourself, which may not be hungry, but still may appreciate the attention, the intention. So, if you would like, count your breaths backwards from 27 to naught, pulling the life force through the limbs on the inhale and exhaling it and assimilating it, integrating it into the spine. If you don't want to count, I will let you know when time has passed. And if you get lost or you lose your place, get lost or lose your place, anything like that, you can just start your count over at 27. Where are you? Where is your practice? Inhaling the energy through the limbs into the spine. Letting this go. Letting that effort go and just tuning into the sensations in, around your spine that extends all the way from the start of the buttocks to the skull, balanced at the top. Up into the skull, part of the skull. Or a cylinder. And as you allow the energies you just stirred up to settle, pick a moment in your recent past, nothing too traumatic, nothing too outrageous, but one of those thoughts that start to create intrusive thought loops. Perhaps a time that you beat yourself up over, or something that you felt silly where you didn't say the right thing or embarrassed yourself and hope no one noticed. Something small like that to start with, even though it may not feel small in the moment, objectively small. And imagine the you in that moment, and tell that past version of yourself, I forgive you, and I'm letting you off the hook for all the things you did and all the things you didn't do. may prefer to use the word pardon. In my personal practice, I say, I forgive you and I pardon you to these, but forgiving and not punishing you anymore for all the things that you did, which, whether you think you deserved retribution or punishment for or not, and the things that you didn't do, perhaps those things that you beat yourself up wishing you had acted this way or done this better, something like that. For the things you did and the things you didn't do. We're going to do this again, the idea being that something that might nourish a hungry ghost out there, they may be hungry for forgiveness from themselves. And so, calling to mind another time in your life, in the past, maybe not the recent past, but in the past, and something where you just wish you had handled it better, handled it differently. And again, I forgive you, and I'm letting you off the hook for all the things you did and all the things you didn't do in this regard. Because most often we look back with all of our knowledge now and expect past us to be performing at present us at our present level. Forgive you and I pardon you for all the things you've done and all the things you didn't do. And let both of yourselves off the hook. Just for this exercise. Maybe more if you would like and it feels appropriate. But sometimes constantly victimizing ourselves is a loop that we have to get ourselves out of. What we may be really hungry for is encouragement. And so now pick one more thing, as 3 is the magic number, and you might want it to be in the distant past. It could be whenever or just popped into your mind as something that you would like to stop beating yourself up over. Stop questioning yourself over. Not seeking revenge over. Remember, we're going with gentle things, achievable goals. So, not expecting our core wounds and traumas to be healed by doing this one time. Which, funny enough, in a world, in an infinite system, all possibilities are a choice, aren't they? But yeah, if you want to come back later and dig deeper into this, listen to this again and maybe choose something different, just make sure that you're well supported for that. That there is self-care applied before and after. But for now, a regret. Not a key core regret that we based our identities around, but just a simple regret. Good for you if you have none. For the rest of us, a simple regret. A way that we showed up in the world. Whatever judgments that we might have packed on and around it, let's just let them go. Forgive yourself. Let yourself off the hook. And one more seems to be wanting to come through. Let's see if I can catch it. Picking that regret, and for this last round, really giving it I forgive you. I don't want to carry around this burden, this hurt, this hate, this whatever that it is. And so I am releasing us both by releasing us both. Remember, past you may have not had all the information that current you does, so forgiving ourselves for the things that we didn't do, the times that we weren't superheroes, the times that we weren't completely selfless, like just letting that chill and be for a moment. As we apply forgiveness to ourselves in whatever dosage we're willing to participate with it at this moment. And ultimately, this is all in effort to generate more compassion for ourselves. I know that when I hold more compassion for myself, it is much easier to hold compassion for other people. And by much easier, I mean possible. So let the next few exhales release the effort. Release the expectations and the judgments. In fact, take yourself to your mind space, center of your Chitta mind Akash space. Chitta mind space. Take yourself to your center and relax. Let the thoughts come. Let the thoughts go. Watch them as they do. You don't need to stop them, judge them, change them, fix them. Just watch. Like clouds in the sky, let them roll in and roll on by. As you just being the witness, the awareness in your mind space. Where are you? Where's your practice? Gently letting even that go. Call to mind your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve, or your intent for the week, or your personal mantra, whatever fits right and best into sowing seeds for a better near future, as in into the week ahead. Nicer, bolder, stronger, whatever little bit of extra special sauce might help you get through the week even better, even more better. So locking in our intentions, repeating our sankalpas to ourselves 3 times, feeling it echo out into the world around us to work on our behalf and help us tune into the frequency and vibe of getting what we want, what we need, and what is in alignment with our highest good. Our highest good. And find the sensation at your nostrils of cooler air coming in and warmer air going back out. If you are headed off to the lands of slumber, many blessings on your way, and thank you for being here and participating whenever and wherever you do participate with this. Sweet dreams, and feel good, feel well, be happy, friends. You can let yourselves drift to a wonderful rest, or the rest that is best. And for the rest of us that need to come back out of any altered state we may have achieved, we follow that breath back into the body, all the way back into the physical body in the right here and the right now. Allowing life to return to the limbs with maybe a wiggle of the toes, fingers and face. If you were lying down, rolling over on your right side is easier on the heart as you find your way back up to a seated position. If you were seated, maybe you find yourself more fully in your here and now. However you do it. Be kind to the self, be gentle with the self, be careful with the self. Especially after a practice. And this was a practice. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you again, because this is me doing something I love and hoping that it may help some more people, because that would be cool. With that, Hariom Tat Sat, my friends. That's been Psychic Sleep for the 23rd of February 2025. Or whenever you come across it. Again, thanks. If you want to help out, you could do any of the like, comment, subscribe, or share things. If you're feeling generous in other ways, there's the website for donation, but thank you. That's all I can say right now. Thank you. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the participation. All right. Feel good. Feel well. Be happy.